Hey everyone, Jonathan here, slingshotfutures.com. Today we're going to be talking about something that is very, very important, but it's not talked about enough. And that's coming into the trading day with a correct psychological standpoint, right? The right mental game. Way too often, a lot of traders will come in and it's been a bad day. Maybe they just didn't sleep well, maybe they had a fight with their significant other, maybe their kids are going nuts in the background and they can't really concentrate. Whatever it is, one of the big things to really keep in mind is how your mental game is, the psychological standpoint, right? So let's look at an example, right? There will be times where you'll look to place a trade. You'll get into the trade on a normal day, right? Everything's hunky-dory, you slept great, nothing's going on in the personal life, everything's just kind of good. You're going to approach the markets in a different way, right? You're not going to approach the markets in a bad way or a good way. You're relatively neutral because, well, everything's been kind of neutral. You're not coming in feeling like you already got beat up or anything like that. So the trades that you take, they're not going to have an emotional charge to them, right? And that's something that not a lot of people really focus on, is understanding who you are as a trader and knowing when not to trade because of an emotional factor, or knowing when to trade with a lack of it. Or if you're having a really good day, it might be a good idea to trade that day. Utilizing your mental game, right? Utilizing where you are is extremely important when it comes to the trading world as a whole. I mean, when it comes to trading, really, 95+% of it's all psychological anyway. It's easy to draw trend lines and all this other stuff. The hard part is knowing the right time to enter, the right time to exit, and all of that can be affected heavily by your psychological point of view. If you're coming in and you just, you got done having a big argument with your significant other and the kids are going nuts in the background, you can't really concentrate, you're already coming into the market feeling defeated. You're coming in assuming that every trade that I'm going to take is just going to be a loser because I'm a loser and blah, 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 blah. And you're already at a loss. You're starting the war in a losing position. And that's something that you really need to understand about yourself as a trader. If you're coming into the markets feeling like you're already defeated, it's a bad day, you didn't sleep well, whatever, it's usually a better idea to skip the trading day, right? Or come in later, go back and take a nap, or get out, go for a walk, clear your mind. If that doesn't work, then stop trading, right? Don't trade at all. Don't put the money on the line, because ultimately, more often than not, you're going to find that a bad day is going to just get worse if you try trading through it. It's very infrequent that you're going to hear, man, I had a really crappy day today. I got beat up. I had a horrible day yesterday. I got into a fight with my wife. My kids are freaking out. And then you come in, but this day in the markets, that made it all better because I made all this money and I'm feeling. You never hear that, right? And there's a reason you never hear that, because that's not how it works. When you're having a hard time and you're just generally feeling like you got beat up, by trading, it's just going to make it worse. So understand who you are as a trader. Understand your psychological point of view. Are you in a good place? Are you in a bad place? For me personally, I can't talk for anybody else's experiences, but for me, if I come in and there's something technologically going wrong, whether it's a monitor not working right, or, heck, it doesn't matter. If my TV's not working right and there's something wrong, whenever, for me, something technically is going wrong, and technically in the purest sense, like with technology, I can't focus, right? I need to be able to focus on the markets, and until that problem is fixed, I'm not going to be able to trade properly. I know that about myself, right? If I'm sick or something like that, it doesn't have an impact on me. I know that when I'm operating, if I'm sick or, I didn't sleep well or whatever, that doesn't bother me. But if something is going wrong where, just had a fight with a wife, or, something technical is going wrong, I can't trade correctly, right? I need to take some time, focus on the problem, fix the problem if at all possible, or take a break and don't trade that day. Or trade on sim, right? Trade on a sim account so that you don't have to worry about putting any money on the line. You're still practicing, but then you can really see the true emphasis, because when you're trading on sim, you're probably going to have a good day. And that might actually be more detrimental, because on sim, it's not real money. You're not risking anything. So all of that stress that you're feeling in your real world, emotion, that's not going to be portrayed in your trading if you're trading on sim. It will be on live. And if you've done the difference between the two, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Because when you're coming in with a wrong mental game and you trade live, versus sim, you're going to notice a massive difference in your trading results as a whole. On sim, you'll probably have an okay day because who cares? It's just sim. It's not that big of a deal. Nobody really ever takes it seriously. But when you're trading real money, all of a sudden now it's just your day is going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. So again, kind of going back to what we were talking about, take some time, understand who you are as a trader, what makes you tick. Bad pun, and really kind of understand that if you're in a bad psychological state, regardless of the reason, might be a better choice to not trade that day and save yourself the headache, save yourself the money, and just not have to deal with it, right? Deal with the problems that are at hand, fix them, and then come back the next day, rested, relaxed, ready to go, so you're in the correct mental state. Something to think about if you haven't really taken the time to really kind of understand yourself as a trader, and just the massive importance that the psychological side of things has on trading really needs to take some time to focus on if you haven't done so before. So hopefully you learned something, hopefully you found it interesting. Maybe you found that one touching close to home if you had a hard day today, and generally just something to potentially add to your tool belt. Outside of that, though, I hope you had a fantastic weekend. I hope you have a fantastic trading day for the rest of the day. I hope you had a great trading day today. And if you find yourself in one of those psychological spots, maybe take a break, try to fix the problem, and then come back rested and relaxed. Either way, enjoy the rest of the day, and we'll see you all in the next one. Thanks.